Now we get to the meat and potatoes, the top 5 figures of the year. So I got to take my time with this one, all right? So coming in 5th place, I bought quite a few figures this year, so this was very, very, very difficult. So coming in 5th place, I gave it to Durasteel Mando. Now, Durasteel Mando I ordered in 2020, and I'm pretty sure I got him at the beginning of the year. Now, there is so much to love about this figure. I love the colors, I love the look. I'm just a huge fan of that earthy, that natural color. And the presence is just, he's one of my favorite figures. Now, the fat suit could have been, they could have did something a little bit better than that, but I'm not too upset because I love the overall appeal to this character. Now, I do feel like they could have gave him more accessories, but they did this interesting thing where they hid accessories with the other figures to sort of make you want to buy them. And that's kind of what a lot of people did. So you can kind of pick up Beskar Mando for like dirt cheap because they parted out a lot of the parts for Durasteel Mando. So Durasteel Mando, number 5. I knew he had to be top 5 for me. Let's go ahead and get into the 4th place. Now, coming in 4th place for the top 5 figures of the year, I went ahead and I went with the Force Awakens Kylo Ren. And that may be surprising, it might not be. I feel like the Force Awakens Kylo look a lot more realistic than the other ones. There's a lot of shine and, everything going on with the not the Force Awakens, but the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker Kylo. Now, with the Force Awakens Kylo, you have this dull appearance, and you have not only that, the shoes look a lot better too. That looks a heck of a lot more realistic than the other versions, to me at least. And I mean, not to mention, he looks like the Grim Reaper too. The hood and all of the, you have the extra cloth going on. This guy is awesome. Force Awakens Kylo for me, number 4. Coming in 3rd spot, 100% without a shadow of a doubt, I needed to have Darth Maul DX18 up here. This figure, I wish, you know what? I might even mess around and redo that figure, the unboxing and review, because I loved it that much. One of my favorite figures in my display. Just the legs, the design and everything with the legs and the intricacy and the feet and, the toes. I believe one of the toes are even separated. Like, this figure is awesome. 3rd spot. Absolutely love this figure. Would not give it up for the world. Coming in 2nd place will probably have to be the most expensive figure that I've ever had to put money on in my collection. And I don't think that it was worth $600+, especially after the unboxing, which if you want, you can definitely check that out. And considering since that's spoiled, light side Anakin. Don't get me wrong though, I'm super, super, super happy to have that guy in my collection and finally finish the evolution for now because I'm still waiting for Clone Wars Anakin. That was all I needed. Super happy to have him. It's just, I think my excitement and my hype for that figure, the body was a little too loose, but that's not what it's about. It's about having light side Anakin, having him next to dark side Anakin in front of Vader. Just, he looks incredible. Even if he's looking down, he looks incredible in my collection. Coming in first, this figure is very, very similar to the unboxing that I did, I believe for, if it wasn't Battle Damage Thanos, which again, I messed up, sorry about that. It was for Endgame Thanos. The feeling that I had unboxing this figure, I've never felt this. It was only right that I made it number 1. And that would have to go to the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. Opening up that figure was, I could hear the theme in my head, and I can't do it because of a copyright strike, sorry. But opening that up, and it was so imposing, laying there, and you had the layers, and then you had the base, and that cape. When you're pulling it out, you have oh my goodness. That was probably one of the, I almost didn't feel like that I was unboxing. I'm pretty sure if I go back to watch it, I probably forgot a couple times. I could have made that video a lot shorter, but I never had that feeling unboxing a figure before. So super, super happy I have it. If you missed it, I am so sorry, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get another Vader because of the Kenobi series, but I digress. Let's go ahead and get into the honorable mentions. So coming in 5th place, honorable mentions for top 5 figures of the year. Heavy Infantry Mando. I had to do it. Love that figure. He looks awesome, and that machine gun is huge too. But man, oh man, I love this guy. Not only is he like super imposing and just, there's so much presence with that figure, but next to Beskar Mando, behind the armor, next to the Death Watch Mando, this guy is no joke. So I hope you didn't pass up on him because that guy, whew, nice. Coming in 4th place, we have, speaking of the Mandoverse, man, we have the Death Watch Mandalorian here, and I know it's probably surprising. You're like, oh, you didn't really come with much. Yeah, we got a couple new weapons we haven't seen before yet, but it feels sort of like they reissued Durasteel Mando and just kind of said, here you go, threw a Boba Fett helmet on it. It depends on how you view it, but for me, he's definitely in the honorable mentions. And again, there's a reason that he's at number 4. So it's because of all of the customization options that you have. You can take off all of the armor if you want and replace them with 3D printed parts. You can get something totally custom from someone else, maybe Etsy, or if you have a 3D printer yourself, you could do that as well. And apply the Velcro on the back. Boom, you have a totally different Mando. Now I know some people are like, oh, but you know, they're higher ranking Mandos. Yeah, you're buying a higher ranking Mando, but you can take all those pieces off and do whatever you want. I did that with one of my Mandos actually, and he's wearing a poncho. And he looks awesome, and he's dual wielding pistols. So these are 2 completely different Mandos in my eyes. So that is why the Death Watch Mando is number 4. So let's go ahead and get into the 3rd spot. Coming in at number 3, we have the Iron Man Mark 85. Now, I had already had somewhat of an issue with War Machine Punisher because it was my first die-cast Iron Man piece. And picking up the Iron Man Mark 85, I already knew not to expect it to be fully die-cast. I know a lot of folks hate the Tony Stank portrait, but I actually like it. I know. Don't kill me, all right? Don't kill me because I like it. But I know a lot of folks also went ahead and turned that in for the other portrait, and that's totally fine. If you like it, if you don't, cool. I'm cool with it too. But this Iron Man piece, it looks really, really cool in hand, and I'm really glad to have it because I have plans for that much later, and I don't really want to spoil it because I think it's going to be cool. So stay tuned for that. So coming in at number 2 in the honorable mentions for top 5 figures of the year, I gave this one to Captain America. In-game Captain America was a lot of fun to shoot. He looks incredible. Just the paint applications, check out that review if you haven't already. A lot of these figures have reviews. It's a reason that they're top 5. These are, again, all of the figures that I own and that I've had in hand. Not top 5 figures of the year based on what I don't have, all right? So Captain America was a lot of fun to shoot. I think that's probably the most fun I've ever had shooting a figure. And it looks so freaking good, man. Like, he looks so good. I don't want to I don't want to spoil it. Check out the unboxing and review. But there's a reason he's in the 2nd spot, all right? So let's go ahead and get to the 1st spot and honorable mentions for top 5 figures of the year. Coming in at number 1. And it was so hard not to put this in the top 5 without it being the honorable mention, but it's a reason that it's number 1 in honorable mentions. I don't have more than, this figure's just 501st Battalion Clone Trooper Deluxe. I own 4 of those figures. That's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money, but they're clones. If you watch Clone Wars, you know why you need at least 2, at the very least 2. But the clone troopers and everything that they come with, the extra helmets, and there are so many ways that you can make these figures look different and have them feel different from each other. That, number one, honorable mention. It shouldn't even be an honorable mention because it should be in the top 5, but it was very difficult. I digress. So let me know what your top 5 figures are of the year. The figures that you own, not necessarily what was released. I would like to know what your top 5 figures of the year might be from what you purchased this year alone. Because, you know, again, I'm interested. Maybe I definitely didn't forget anything, and I don't count what's on pre-order and what's shipping because as of this video, it's what I have in my collection. So let me know what your top 5 are down below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You know how this go, man. I don't got to keep running y'all through this, all right? We got it. And that will probably do it here. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.